Oh, look at that. Look how good that looks. Oh my goodness. Oh man, look at that. Hey, you want to learn how to make these? Stick around and watch. And I'll show you how to make them. All right. Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. I know I am. So, you know, had the live. I think it went well. I got some pretty good feedback from it. Hopefully everybody that participated enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it immensely. I really truly appreciated everybody that participated, and even other folks that are going back and watching the replay. You know, thank you. So it was a really great experience for the first time. So. So thank you. You know, all of you guys that are new, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy the channel. Hopefully you get something out of it. Hopefully you learn something from it. Hopefully we're giving you good information, good stuff, some great ideas to expand your cooking as well as your knowledge about weight loss, and things that can work for you and things that can't work for you. So today I'm going to take another version of Maria Emmerich's protein sparing modifying bread. I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to do a little twist on it. I haven't seen anybody else do it yet. So we're going to actually make some ube Pandesal bread. So with it, so that's what the plan is. So everything goes well, we're going to have some really good Pandesal bread, some ube Pandesal bread at the end of this. So stick around. Hopefully, you know, you enjoy it. Hopefully, you get something out of it. Again, if you don't know what Pandesal is a bread that they eat in the Philippines. It's generally for breakfast. And it's generally either plain or ube. I'm going to make ube just because I really like the flavoring of ube. Ube, if you don't know what it is it's I guess it's a root vegetable from the Philippines or from Southeast Asia, right? So, so they eat it a lot. I really like the taste of it, and then it has cheese in the center of it. So if everything goes well, it will come out good. Huh? Taro. Taro. So I was saying taro. It's purple yam. So it's a purple yam. So taro. So, so, you know, I'll tell you, if you try it, you're going to really like it. It's something really different. It's enjoyable. We do make we have a keto version of it. If you haven't seen it, go back there and check out a video of it, of just a regular one. This one's going to actually be with the protein sparing modified bread. This is going to be the easy version. I will tell you that we've cooked the one with the egg whites. We've cooked Maria Emmerich's easiest protein sparing modified bread. And then actually Annette from the Ketogenic Woman, she actually cooked it and she used a quarter cup less of the egg white powder, protein powder, and it actually came out fluffier. We cooked that version as well. That came out really well as well. But we do still like, out of the three versions that we've kind of played around with in the combination, we still like the egg whites the best, but because they're nice and soft, they're really fluffy, they're really good. And we think we're going to try to make some empanadas out of those as well coming up, just out of the egg white version. This one we're going to use the easiest one ever, but we're going to use Annette from the Ketogenic Woman's version. We're only going to use 1 1/4 cup of the egg white powder, and we're going to start off with that. Again, I'm using the Now brand. Put in 1 1/4 cups of that in there. I found out when you use a little bit less than the recommended that it actually comes out a little fluffier and it's not so stiff. The other one that we made was kind of stiff and was not, I would say it was the most enjoyable. It was a little stiffer than we liked, a little harder than we liked. So this was a good version. Now I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of allulose into this as well. And you can make a lot of different stuff with this, so we're going to try some other stuff with it as well. And then we're going to take and we're going to put in, let's see what else I got to put in, some salt into this thing. And you've seen me do this a couple of times now, so I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put the cream of tartar in here. We're going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of the cream of tartar. I'm going to put that in here. We're going to put in some, this is the natural yeast again, so where am I doing now? 1 tablespoon of this. So, I'm sorry, kind of lost my place. So I'm going to put this in here. So this does really nothing other than help give it some of that bread taste. Then I'm going to use about 1/8 of a teaspoon of, this is active yeast. Again, it really just is going to give it some bread taste. I'm going to put that in there. I'm not going to put in some of them are putting in xanthan gum in here. I'm going to skip the xanthan gum for today and not put that in there because I think it thickens it up a little bit too much for me. Salt's in there, the natural yeast. So, and that's all we're going to put in this. Now later on we are going to put in some ube flavoring. This is ube. You can use the flavoring or the extract. The extract has less carbs in it, so I am going to mix this up a little bit just to kind of give it a once over to get everything all mixed together. And then I also saw, it shows you all how much YouTube I watch. I also saw Wendy over on Loving on Keto, and she actually put the water in ahead of time because she found out that some of the stuff on the bottom wasn't mixing. So I'm gonna kind of put the water in now, and I'm gonna mix it around a little bit just to kind of get the stuff off the bottom of the pan. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to put this on here to mix it. And then we're going to let the mixer run for about 5 minutes. I'm going to let it run for about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to help if I plug it in. So I'm going to let it run for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then the last minute or two, I'm actually going to put a couple drops of the ube into it, just to kind of give it that purple color and make it look really nice and pretty. So with that said, I'm going to turn this on, and we're going to set our timer for 5 minutes, and we'll come back and see you in 5 minutes, because this is really noisy, and I don't think you need to listen to it, and you've seen it a couple times before. So. Alright, so I got another minute or two left on this. I'm going to try to do this without making a big mess. I'm going to get a piece of paper towel. So this is the ube that I'm going to put in here. I'm going to put in, this is a 1/2 teaspoon. I'm going to put in like a whole teaspoon in here. And then I'm going to mix it for another minute. Thickening up pretty good right now. So again, you'll see that my fingers are nice and purple. So it gives a nice coloring. So with that said, I'm going to let this run for a minute, and then we will be back and see what it looks like. Alright, I think we're ready. Whoop! I didn't want to drop that in there. So let me take this off. Not too bad. Pretty good. So I'm going to actually take a big scooper out of here. So here's my bun pan. So I did give a couple of them away this weekend. So if you entered to win it. Go back and check the last week because I sent the folks. I commented on their page or on their if they won or not to send me the information. So you can see this is a nice purple color. The egg whites are very stiff, so we're going to fill these things 3/4 of the way up. So we're going to try to make the bottom fairly thick. Trying to learn new ways of scooping these in here to make it a little easier and faster for me. I have some left over. I don't know what we'll do with the leftover. We'll make some kind of a other bun, maybe with them. We'll see. So once I get these pretty full, what I'm going to do next, get some of the sides here that don't have much dough in them. So our oven is preheated to 325. We're going to pop these in here in a minute for about 20 minutes. That's what I found worked best for the buns, so I'm hoping that it's the same for this one. All right, so we get these in here, then we're going to put a couple pieces of cheese in here. This is cheddar cheese. I'm going to stick a couple pieces in here. Hopefully I get enough for them all. I don't know whether I should have baked these iron or not, so I got one that doesn't have any in it. So let's see if I got some other cheese in here real quick like that I can use. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a piece of cream cheese in here, because that's what you'd probably find in our original one. There's not much cream cheese in that, so let's get another one. Again, we'll find out whether the cream cheese one comes out good or not, too. It's a good experiment for her. And you kind of see the difficulty of cooking when you're trying to record and things don't go quite exactly the way you'd like to have them. They never do. You expect them to go perfect every time. All right, I'm going to put this little piece in here, and then we're going to cut another little piece off. This was actually for I think we were trying to save this for a cheesecake recipe that we were talking about making. We actually have some things coming up for Thanksgiving. We're going to try to cook some dishes. I think Thanksgiving in our house is a little different than most, just because of the mix of cultures. So we kind of have a variety of different foods, which I think is really, really good. So I really like different things. So I'm going to put a little bit on the top. That's probably too much on the top of that one. This is a good test too to see how the cheese holds up when it melts and see if it does something to the... Alright, the camera turned off on me in a minute here, so I have to figure out what's going on with that. We'll see. But I'm just going to cover these up and I'm going to stick these in the oven. So that's all there really is to it. So you didn't miss much. Hopefully the battery's okay. I'll check that in a second. Alright, so I do have some left over. So I'm going to stick these in the oven for 20 minutes. I'm going to put that in there now. Turn my timer on. Start. So while those are cooking, I'm going to probably throw these into another pan and cook these out. And then we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Oh, there we go. I believe we're back. So I thought I'd come back, I'd show you kind of what it looked like in the oven. They're ready to come out. There's the Pandesal, the purple ones, and we had enough to make 2 extra ones of these, so we made them. I'm not sure what we're going to do with them, but we made them. So we're going to wait for these to cool before I try to take them out. You can see the cheese and some of them kind of in the top, so that looked like it held pretty good. So I'm excited. So let's see what it looks like here in a few minutes. All right, so we'll kind of, gotta flip the camera around here. Oh, there we go. So we'll come back in about 5 or 10 minutes when these things cool. Then we'll try to pop them out of the tray, and then we'll do a little taste test and we'll talk about the macros and see how that looks. All right, so we'll see you in about 2 seconds. All right, I'm gonna do this and see how they come out. Let's take one of them out, and I do take this and I kind of go around the edges. I've done that already. I also spread some butter on the top a little bit, just because that's what you do with traditional Pandesal, and it kind of makes it, gives it that little flavor to it. So we use ghee on it, which is just clarified butter, right? So, and I also found when I pull these things out of here, is if I pull it away from the side, I can kind of pop it out, and then I can pull it out, and this is kind of what it looks like. Let me see if I can zoom this in here. I got the remote here, so you can kind of see what it looks like. So it came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way that just came out of the pan. Let's just pop the other ones out. I'm gonna try to do it. I don't want to do it in a hurry because I don't want to tear them. I know a lot of people that have issues getting these out of the pans. Generally, I think most of the issues come from the fact that they're trying to either rush them or pull them. And you gotta kind of, like I said, the secret to these things, I found that I gotta get rid of the sides first. And then once it's loose from the sides, kind of turn it inside out. So it's like that, and it kind of just pulls right off. So I will tell you, the butter made them a little bit soft on the top, so you got to be really careful if you do this. That and the cheese inside. That one had the cream cheese in it, and I can tell you it was very soft on the side. You may have to bake these an extra 5 minutes. We'll find out here in a minute. The cheddar cheese one seemed okay. those came out really nice. So put that aside. I'm going to want to do one more step here. I'm going to wipe my hands because my hands are all... I'm also going to put down, for this last piece, I'm going to put down a piece of parchment paper, but I'm going to make a little bit of a mess. And I'm going to do it on here so I don't have to clean it up so badly afterwards. I still have to clean up, but... So I'm going to take a little bit of powdered sugar. So I'm going to put a little bit on the sifter on it. I don't want to be in the way. So I'm going to make sure that that gets good and covered. I think I just need a little tiny bit more and I think I'm done. All right, I think those look pretty good. So here's the end product. I'm going to move this out of the way, that out of the way. I'm going to pull these over so you can kind of see them. Try to get them. It looks pretty good. Now let's take one of these off. Actually, let's pause here because I'm going to take a couple of pictures for my thumbnail, and then we'll do a taste test. And we'll see how they come out. We'll go through. Wow, I'm gonna pull you in here to take a look at this. So, you take a look at this. Look at that. Wow. That looks really, really good. That came out really, really nice. So let's talk about, let me do the taste test here. Oh, that's nice. That's excellent. That's really, really good. I like it. I like it. It's really, really soft. The original one is a little bit more firmer. These are much, much softer. So maybe bake them an extra 5 minutes if you wanted to. But they're really, really good. These are really, really good. So with that said, let's talk about macros on these things. So I'm going to tell you that the bread on each one of these breads only half a carb on them, right? So you throw the cheese in there, and the cheese is the cheese that I used was 1 carb per serving. There was 8 servings in there. I put them in 7 of them, so there's about 1 carb per one of these for the cheese in there as well. So totally, it's 1.5 total carbs. I wrote it down. So it's 1.5 total carbs per Pandesal. About 15 grams of protein in one of these. About 10 grams of fat in them. No fiber in them, so whatsoever. So really, really delicious. Could eat it on a protein sparing modified fast day. You just have to watch your fat because it is 10 grams of fat. You're allowed 30, so this would be 10 of those 30. So this would be a third of them. This would be a great, great treat if you were watching your carbs and you knew that you were going to do a lot of carnivore in a day and you weren't eating much fat. So definitely, definitely good. Definitely something I think I would make again. Like I said, I'd probably bake them an extra 5 minutes, but they're nice and light and crispy. Like light, not crispy, light and airy. And the cheese inside of them and stuff is really, really good. So Hey, I do have an Instagram. I will be posting a lot of these pictures on Instagram from these, as well as I post a lot of my day-to-day life and activities, foods that I eat, as well as on a day-to-day basis, as well as activities that we do. Like we went to the harbor last night and had dinner, and I posted some of the dinner on there. So if you're interested in seeing how I go through my day-to-day and the things I eat on an everyday basis, join me over on Instagram. There's a link down below. Go down there and check it out. I also have a Facebook group down there. I'd love to have you go down and join. I've kind of said no holds bars, so if you have something that you want to post, so if you're another creator and you want to post there, join me over there, and you're more than willing to post over there, as long as you're not selling stuff. It's not paid promotions or anything else, and it's just your YouTube video, and it's educational and informational for those that are part of the group. That's what I'm kind of looking for, because this whole channel is about helping people, right? So hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you subscribe. Hopefully you give it a thumbs up. Hopefully you hit that subscribe button down there, hit that little bell icon. I do have some affiliate links down below, so if you want to see some stuff that I use on my day-to-day adventures here, go down there and check them out, and you'll see some of the things that I'm using on a day-to-day basis. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Everything, like I say, everything down there from the silicone pan is down there. So go down there and check it out. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, hopefully you stick around for the next one. We have a bunch of exciting stuff coming up. I will be putting some surveys out, because I kind of like to get some feedback from you guys on what you would like to see. Would you like to see more protein sparing modifying stuff? Would you like to see some keto recipes? I think we're going to make some tater tots this weekend as well. We're making some grilled chicken, and I thought the tater tots would go really, really nice with the grilled chicken that we're having. So I think we're going to do that today or this weekend as well. So those are going to come out here somewhere in the near future. But if there's other videos that you'd like to see, what kind of stuff you would do, I'll do some videos and give you 3 or 4 options. I think we're going to try to make a protein sparing modified edamame. What do you call it? Edamame? The other bread breakfast with the cheese on the top. Oh. Well, anyway, I'll figure out what I'm talking about. But anyway, so we have some other recipes that we talked about coming out. Keep the channel handy. Like I say, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Love to have you for part of the community. I'd love to continue to grow it. We're here to help each other, help to grow the community. I really like the community. They help me more than I probably help them. So I really, really appreciate it. So hey, with that said, I'm going to end the video here. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Whenever you're watching this, enjoy the time that you have here. Be thankful. At the end of the day, think about the things that you're thankful for every day before you go to bed, so that that you wake up in the morning in a positive attitude and a positive spirit. Be kind to each other. Be good to each other. Smile. And just most importantly, just remember, you guys are awesome, and I'll talk to you later.